all right. I'm young, I guess. That's what you're saying.
You flew in early, right?
Yeah, I got in. Yeah. Oh, you follow me on Twitter, do you? Okay.
Yeah, we follow.
Yeah, no, we wrapped at 5:30 this morning, and I hopped on a plane at 6 a.m. Got to the airport, and then I flew straight here and off to a panel. So I might be a little delirious, and if I ramp into tangents, then just excuse me.
Why do you think witches are such popular figures in sort of fiction and film and TV?
I think it's just such a fascinating world. You know, I think people these days, it's such a political and crazy world out there, and all you want to do when you go home is sit in front of your television and escape. And I think that's why Supernatural is so popular. You know what I mean? I think that's why genre is become such a huge thing. And with witches, there's so many cool things that entail that world, you know, that you can dive into. And I think with this show specifically, you get to watch these real people that ordinary people can relate to, but they just get to do extraordinary powers and crazy, you know, fun things that are exciting to watch. And that's cool for an audience. Anyone else?
You guys, excuse us, we're all shell-shocked as you are.
Oh no, I'm sure. I'm like about to pass out, so I feel you.
Maybe you can talk. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So maybe you can.
I was just going to ask what you thought about so far, you know, the rest of the cast.
Totally. It's interesting because Thomas and I, we actually worked together like 3 years ago on a film, and From Within, right? Yes. Look at you, you know everything. Yeah. Well, so I mean, I had such a good relationship with him from the start, and now I'm living with Phoebe, and I've developed such a great relationship with Shelley and with the rest of the cast. I mean, we get along so well, but the great thing about our show is it's such an ensemble that every day we're working with a new person, so it keeps it fresh, it keeps it fun, and we're not like, okay, great, I get to look at your face again today, awesome. You know, it's a good time and it's fun, and we all get along. I mean, it's only been 4 days, so I'll let you know later on, but it's been a really fun experience so far.
Have you gotten feedback from Vampire Diaries fans yet?
Yeah, I think a lot of the people who are excited about our show are fans of Vampire Diaries and are excited to see our show. I mean, I know that we just had our screening in the panel, and it seems to be well received, so that was exciting. And hopefully a lot of their fans will enjoy our show as well.
Did you look to any other characters, any other sort of witches when you were trying to figure out how to portray your own?
Well, I mean, a lot of the stuff that was done was, you know, back in the 90s, you know, there was like The Craft, and then there was like Charmed or Sabrina the Teenage Witch, or, you know, there were all those sort of 90s television series based on witches, and I think this is a more modernized, updated version of that, and so, I mean, I was actually a fan of all of those shows, so it's not like I needed to watch them to be like, ooh, what do they do with witchcraft? You know, I already had a pretty good idea of what they were doing, and I think we're just trying to make it our own and really just amp it up and give it a 2011 kind of flavor and keep it exciting for all fans.
Do you have a favorite witch aside from the ones in your show?
Like
in fiction?
Yeah.
Movies, TV.
I mean, I'll say this, but when I was younger, I was a big fan of Thank God It's Fridays on ABC, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch came on, and I loved Melissa Joan Hart. I thought she was so cool, and she would like change her wardrobe all the time. She had a black cattail, and she was like funny. She was like the funny witch. I mean, obviously the show is not going to be that at all, not even a little bit, but I always thought that she gave such a fun, exciting look into that kind of world.
Cassie is kind of reluctant in a way to be with these people because everything's so raw after what happened with her mom.
Right.
Do you think she's going to kind of like, now that she knows and is coming into acceptance of who she is, you think she's going to kind of
settle into it,
or you think she's still going to hold back because she's so...
You know, it's a tricky thing. I think if any normal person was told that they were a witch, they'd be like, okay, crazy, you gotta get out of here. But you know, it comes back to her mother at the end of the day, and it comes back to the, you know, this is her heritage, this is the heart of who she is, and being a 16-year-old girl and just constantly being influenced by the outside world, that can be a very overwhelming thing, and I think the only choice eventually is to embrace it. So I think that you'll see she ultimately does that. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you. Ooh, good. Yeah.